Hey, accounting scholars, welcome to Chapter 7, Section 5. Hey, we're coming down the home stretch here in this particular chapter. I know it was a tremendous amount of information, but it is probably one of the most important chapters that we have in the book. If you understand Chapter 7, you're probably good to go in any college accounting course at any major university, as well as a long and successful career in the accounting and finance area. So let's continue to talk about some of the nomenclature that is associated with computer-based accounting systems, and one of the terms that you may hear are the term transaction files. Transaction files typically are analogous to the journals that you would typically have associated with an accounting system. And the master files are typically associated with the other major accounting document, which is called the ledger, or general ledger. And so, as shown in this particular diagram, what happens is, because you are typically performing activities in your business in the performing phase daily, this transaction file captures what basically has gone on in a particular period, usually a day, or it could be a week, it could be a month, depends on how often you update. But when you combine the current transactions with the prior master file, an update occurs and a new master file is generated. A great analogy of this is is the SIS grading system. Basically the grades you see are your mini master file when the teacher updates your various test scores and quizzes and things like that. That essentially is a transaction file, and what ends up happening when that update occurs is a new master file for your grades is created. And so it's a similar kind of thing in an accounting computer based accounting system. Okay, so one of the terms you will hear a lot about is database systems. And database systems can be very complicated or can be very simple. Again, the SIS grading system is essentially a database system where all grades of students are contained. But in that particular system, there are a series of links which relate to other areas. For instance, in the SIS system, there's your grading reports, but I can easily click on an icon which will give me your parents' contact information. Their email addresses, their work phone numbers, their home phone numbers, if for some reason I would ever need to talk with them. So essentially, in a computer-based accounting database system, it's typically not only information relating specifically to accounting. Other business kinds of related events are recognized in addition to accounting events. You may see this sometimes in what they call customer service related records. There may be service or revenue related with a particular customer, and let's say, for example, you buy a new car at a dealership. They will provide or you will purchase services from them to keep your car running. But in that particular accounting database for a car dealer, they also would have, in addition to the service related revenue transactions, they would probably have the name of the car, when you purchased the car, your name, your address, your contact information. So essentially, these large database systems reduce operating inefficiencies in an organization. Let's say you have an accounts receivable question that's that's a problem. Rather than have to go to 5 different systems to get the answer of who the customer is and how to contact them, that's all contained in one database system. And there is therefore an elimination of redundant or duplicated data throughout the company. Very popular database systems today, or related kinds of systems, are things called Oracle. Oracle is by far the largest database systems, but there is also systems that have evolved from database systems, which are sometimes called middleware. And one of the most popular is SAP, a German company, and most large corporations around the world have standardized on SAP because it actually does the best job of reducing operating efficiencies and elimination of redundant data from around the world. So you can imagine if you're Coke and you have operating entities in 100 countries around the world, it's got to be a pretty sophisticated database system to handle all that accounting information and related business event information. Okay, so let's talk about business events. What are they? Essentially, a business event is an activity that the company wishes to plan or evaluate. It could be an accounting event, or it could be other events. The accounting event, actually, as we talked about at the beginning, typically would have a particular monetary amount associated with it. A business event could be a planning event where, for instance, when we were doing the budgeting cycle in our coffee business, we were forecasting that we would plan to purchase a particular coffee maker. That is a planning event until we actually purchase it, and then it actually becomes an accounting event. So let's do a little quick quiz here. So with that definition, would determining the need for inventory be a business planning event, or would that be an accounting event? Kind of answer that and hold your answer in your mind. Let's take the example. You now actually receive the inventory. Would that be a business event, or would that be a accounting event? And let's try another one. You pay for the inventory. Would that be a business event, or would that be an accounting event? And then you sell the inventory. Would that be a business event, or would that be an accounting event? And so actually, all of these are accounting events except for one. And I'll let you take a guess here again. Which one is not an accounting event? And I think you probably came to the right answer. Determining the need for the inventory is not an accounting event, because you're not spending any money or incurring increasing your assets or decreasing your liabilities. You're just determining a need. So that would be considered a business event. All right, guys, this concludes the sections for Chapter 7. We're obviously going to be doing some practicing on all of these components of Chapter 7 in class. and I'm sure you're solidifying your knowledge in this particular about this particular chapter. So have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow in class.